Let's see. Episode 6. Is this episode 6?
I think so.
6.
We'll just say it is, bro.
Hey, come on. You remember that shit?
How could you forget, bro? It happened.
Bro,
it literally just happened. Like he did it himself on his album.
He did.
6.
It's episode
6.
Low-key take the sound bite. I wanted them niggas with 2 us.
Hey, I might actually just do that after we record this shit and then like just put it on top.
Man. Low-key, man. I'm about to pull up this bitch on YouTube.
6 God, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm finna pull this bitch up real quick, man. 6. Yo, are we live?
Live and in stereo. You know what I'm saying? We over here, video and audio.
Are we really? Are we really though? Can y'all hear me?
100%.
Live from quarantine. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Well, I'm not gonna delay y'all any further. What's good people? It's your boy Eddie King, EDDY KING, and of course, I'm here with the homie Young Socks, the realest. Go ahead and let people know who you are.
Yes, sir. Young Socks, the realest, man. One and only. You know how we do.
Yes, sir. Man, bro, I feel like we need this Rocky music. You know what I'm saying? Like we need something like in the background playing. You know what I mean? Just to kind of let y'all know, like we don't let no quarantine stop this. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta keep this thing going, bro.
Yo,
whatever it is that we doing. So anyway, man, we got a cool little episode for y'all today. You know, it's episode 6. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, man, look, what's been going on? Shit, I think everybody knows what's been going on. You know, with the whole quarantine, a whole bunch of coronavirus, this and that. A lot of states opening up right now, but the way I see it, man, this war on COVID ain't over yet. So I'm not gonna fall into the category of thinking like, oh, this shit ain't even real, or this shit is just. Nah, I know quite enough people who've had COVID or people who've been affected by COVID. Their family's been affected, so I'm not gonna take the risk, man. It's not worth it.
Not at all, man.
But I would be lying to y'all. If I say I ain't get a cut. I did get my hair cut here, you know what I'm saying? But
damn, show them one time, bro. Show them one time. Now we can. Now we can show.
It's still a little,
It's alright.
I'm over here looking like a Jackson 5 member. You know what I'm talking about?
Shit.
I had to come back on them with the black Michael Jackson flow.
You talking about getting the cut, bro? Look at this shit, bro. What is this?
Nigga, my guy got the
straight.
I've ever seen your hair, fam.
Yeah, man. This that I'm a professor at UT Dallas type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, big fact. My boy got the Clark Kent cut. Bro, you need to find the closest telephone.
Yo, I'm about to do my thesis right now. Man. I ain't got time for that. Bro. Trying to learn up on these motherfuckers, bro.
That's Girl Sauger.
Hey, man, shit. Hey, it's rough out here, bro, man. It's rough. I ain't about to take that chance, dog. Like,
man, you don't look rough, bro. You look like you finna go save somebody right now, bro.
Shit,
come on,
bro. Man,
hey, you saving us right now with your presence, even being here, even being present for this podcast. So,
man, that's deep. That's deep.
What I'm saying?
You know what I'm
saying? You putting this team on your back, bro. Like, own it, man. But hey, on some shit though, like, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. But y'all, let's go ahead and just get into it, man. Just man, Socks, bro. Like, where should we even begin? Like, where should we even start?
Well, I mean, you did mention
like what's been It's Corona, yeah.
This Corona, man. That's kind of like what's on everybody's mind right now. I feel like we did do that Instagram live shit. Unless if y'all missed that, y'all missed a good one. You know what I'm saying? We were over there live and in the flesh.
Oh yeah,
on IG
Live. It was actually very live.
That was pretty dope, man. Appreciate everybody that came out and supported. That was dope. It's good to see y'all. Good. It was a cool like little interaction that we had going too. Like
oh yeah.
We were just kind of shooting the shit really, but like. It's cool. Yeah. Like it was good to kind of like see each other's face after like fucking months. You know what I mean? And this was
like, and guys, and for those who didn't tune into that, who don't follow us on Instagram, which by the way, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow my boy Saz on Sagar Patel 14. You know what I'm saying? That's SAGARPATEL 14. And you can follow me on IG at EddieDTX DTX on Instagram. But we did a whole live session in like the beginning of this shit, right? Like the beginning of when everything was closing down and people were really trying to quarantine. And it was just, I feel like at that height of just hysteria and pandemic and all that. And don't get me wrong, it's still going on. But anyway, we had a cool Instagram session of the show, and we actually kept the show going. I'm actually really proud of us for doing that. But now we're trying something new. This is our first time ever on Zoom like that, you know what I mean, to do this. So hopefully we can bring some dope content to y'all going forward, despite all the BS that we're going through. So, hopefully we can bring something to y'all lives.
That's the plan, at least.
That's the plan. That is the plan, indeed.
We'll see how this fucking pandemic shit pans out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fam. So. I think one of the things that I got to talk about in one of our discussions, and I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it. Fam, I don't know if it's you or me, but I'm sick of the how Corona, like the whole mention of Corona, just tends to seep into like our media. Like I understand that the awareness of this. It's a real thing, right? I was just talking about this, mentioned on this like 5 minutes ago. It's a real thing, but it gets to a point where like people don't want to constantly be bombarded with that in mediums where they're supposed to just enjoy themselves, right? Within rap, within hip hop, I don't want to hear your Corona
bars,
rap.
COVID rap.
I want to hear your Corona bars, man. I don't want to hear that,
man. Like I see what you mean, bro. Like I'm trying to listen to this, like to get away from all this. You know what I mean? To get away from this dumb shit. And and then like I'm all for this conscious rap type shit, whatever. That's great, but it is kind of getting old already, because we're all in the thick of it.
Even though we haven't heard too much, I just heard enough.
Let's just stop it early. You know what I mean? Let's stop this train before.
Let's stop it now.
Yeah.
Let's just stop it right now.
Nobody wants to hear these fucking Corona raps, bro. Like,
I don't want to hear your Corona raps.
Yo,
I don't want to hear that, Phil.
Look, it's a great time for creatives. You're you have all the time in the world right now to cook up. But the whole is too on the nose. Really, that's that's my problem with it. It's just like, and it's all corny. It's just not. It's not creative. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody went through the same shit. Like, you're not telling me nothing like that's new, right?
Yo, chilling up in the crib, just trying to get lit while Corona getting in, and he's like, nigga, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that, son. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say Corona raps, I don't want to get it misconstrued, because people who are really in the shits with hip hop know about this artist named Guap Dad.
4,000.
Is it 4,000? 4,000.
Put some respect on his name, bro. Come on.
I know, man. And the thing is, dude, homie's actually dope, man. No disrespect.
Yeah, he is.
I don't want to get him misconstrued, because he actually has this dope thing going on where he has like a cipher kind of going on with different artists who are in quarantine. He keeps it going. So when I mention Corona raps or anything like that, I don't mean it towards him in any way. I think what he's doing is actually very dope. It's innovative. I'm talking about specifically like within you know, like in albums or within niggas singles and shit. And bro, we're all artists at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So please do whatever it is that, you know, get your heart out there, you know, do whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You, right? But
absolutely.
You know, but me personally, and I think you'll agree too. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, like for example, like I heard, it's gonna sound weird. Designer of all people, Designer dropped a track.
Okay.
Called, I think it was called Survivor, and this is like, you know, like he put a video out with it and everything. Like this guy obviously, like, for people who don't know, where you been for the past 2 years? You know what I mean? like
yeah.
He was really at the peak of his, you know, fame back when, like, you know, the Panda days and the Zombie Walk and all that stuff. But then, you know, the label shit happened and this and that. But like, you know, he put out like a couple little loosies here and there, and just recently he put out this Survivor joint, and like, you know, the video and everything, he had the face mask on and all this shit, like, you know, walking up into a clinic, and I'm like, man, look, man, I love you, bro. I want to give you a shot, bro. Like, I haven't given up on your Designer.
I really haven't. Designer, but bro, that's kind of funny. Just picturing homie in a mask, going
and ironically, it's very off-brand for Designer. You could say, you know what I mean? It's not really what his normal style is, but like, it wasn't bad. It didn't sound bad. It was just, I'm just like, man. Something about this just really I don't know, man. It's just cringy. It's cringy. There we go. Like, I didn't fuck with it, bro.
Bro, I'm low key looking this up as we speak. Like, he really did a Corona-based video. I didn't even know that, bro. That's some new shit that I know now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we normally wait a little bit longer before we get into like what we've been listening to, but you know,
I'm gonna hold off on watching this whole man.
Yeah, no, for real. If you haven't seen it, just give it a watch.
Oh, man.
Like, it's kind of funny. It's a little cringy.
Shout out Designer.
Yeah, shout out Designer, man. Like, I really hope he does make a comeback. I'm rooting for him. You know, the label did him dirty, so.
I fuck with Designer. It's just, you know, sometimes like he can be really funny. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's hard for me to take Designer serious in terms of like awesome, like serious topics, because all I see from Designer is like a bundle of energy. But you know what? The thing about Designer too, people like the clown, but I feel like niggas need to be as positive as Designer. They need a Designer, like that kind of personality, like those kind of people in their lives anyway. That's why they clown on them most of the time. They don't have people like that in their lives. They don't have a lot of positive people in their lives. But Designer is funny as hell to me, man. Homie looks like Shane from Jimmy Neutron, but that's my nigga. So we just gonna keep it moving.
Oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh,
that's my boy, bro. Man.
Man, you had to say Jimmy Neutron, huh? Fucking.
But I mean, he does, man. He knows what's up. You know? That looks like Sheen.
He does.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna cap, bro. He does.
Yeah, come on, let's not cap, man.
Speaking of,
I can be diplomatic at times, but you know, anyway.
Nah. Sometimes you just got to give them the smoke. You know what I mean? Just be honest. You know, be real. Yeah. Now, speaking of clowns, bro. You know. Tekashi 6ix9ine out here.
Who?
Yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine out here.
Who?
You know.
Who? The snitch? Tekashi? You mean the snitching ass nigga that put his whole team in jail?
Hey, man.
In prison?
And he's out.
The penitentiary?
He's back out, bro.
Tekashi?
That guy.
Huh?
That's the one. How many Tekashis do you know, bro?
Trash.
Man, this dude.
We don't acknowledge rats.
As soon as he got out, bro.
Dang, bro. Huh?
As soon as he got out, right? Puts out a track, and this shit is just like, He's back where he started. Nothing changed really. I mean, I guess we expected that.
Man, people, in case y'all don't know my stance on Tekashi, let's just say I have absolutely zero respect for homie. So, yeah, man, I think him putting out the numbers that he did with Gooba, I personally feel like they're exacerbated somehow. I don't trust those numbers.
You might argue otherwise.
Was it? Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's what we hear, man. But I think people just want to tune into the train wreck, right? That's the whole thing with Tekashi. They know that he's a very polarizing figure. And look, I'm all for art being polarizing. That's kind of what some would define art as being. It's supposed to be polarizing and all that, right? But it's just dude just defies everything of what hip hop is. Like, I hate sounding like, oh, he's not hip hop. He's not a hip hop. You know what I mean? I hate to go that direction.
Okay,
Ebro with it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't hip hop. That ain't hip hop.
That's not real hip hop. Fam, that's not real hip hop, man.
This ain't real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I hate to go that route, but
yeah, I feel you.
Like, he represents everything that I'm not.
That's fair, man. I mean, and it's valid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for like people, you know, hustling and doing their thing and this and that, and that's great. But him being such a, and it's not like we haven't seen like polarizing figures in hip hop before. It's just Kanye. He does it on a different level. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you say Kanye, but like Kanye is polarizing in a way different way than.
Oh wait, like, and don't get me wrong. When I say polarizing, like, that's not necessarily like, it depends on what side you're on when you talk about polarizing figure, and it also depends on like just knowing that the intent of that person being polarizing, right? Like, you have to understand that, because bro, like, we're all gonna say things at times that are just not gonna agree with certain people. That's just what it is. But with Tekashi, man, like, he takes so much joy, right, in just being this person who just goes against troll. Like, he has no regard for, like, there's no he doesn't exhibit any kind of genuine energy. Like, everything just comes off as being very, of course, trolling, but then also just disingenuous. There's nothing he says.
I
really
100% agree. Yeah.
It doesn't.
There's nothing authentic about him, right? Like,
nothing.
It clearly, like, after all that he's done now, I mean, it just, nothing feels really real anymore about him. I mean, not that it really did in the beginning, but
it never did.
Yeah, I mean,
he just kind of confirmed it. Like,
well, now he's like trying to own it. You know what I mean? That's his thing. Like, I snitched because, like, you know, if you were in the same position I was, you would have done the same.
I will say what he's doing with that has been effective. You know, like, I guess, is that what you're going to argue too? Like, the fact that he's embraced it at this point, I feel like he needs to.
What else can he do?
Own it,
right?
What else can he do? But doesn't mean I have to like anything he does. Like,
right?
And we're all entitled to that.
Exactly, and I mean, clearly people are still interested. People still fuck with it. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have the numbers that he does if that wasn't the case, right? You know, similar things could be said about so many artists, right? But yeah, I mean, you know, we can leave that there. You know, clearly.
Let's leave that. Let's leave that in the foul mess.
Yeah. No, it's just getting more and more messy. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, my guy let's move on. I'm cool.
That's
on
fair.
Tekashi.
That's fair, man.
Yeah. But one thing that I can't say that I've had enough of in terms of music. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I have been bumping the Drake album quite often.
What's that dark lane demo tapes? Some shit.
I mess with it, bro. Like and that's the thing, man. Like he consistently puts out like vibey projects that you're either gonna like it or you're gonna be like, eh. I think overall, man, the project is dope. What did you think about it?
I mean, if we're talking, this is, again, we're kind of harping on the same thing, right? It's polarizing figure, just like Tekashi, but in a different way, right? Like you said, some of his
Drake and Kanye in the same category.
No.
In terms of polarizing, I don't.
No. I don't even know why I paused. It was more for dramatic effect. It was pretty instant, bro. Like, no, they're not in the same category. Yeah, it's theatric.
Is this to be theatric, Sagar?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, we got video now, so you know what I mean. You got to put on a show.
I feel it.
But no, like he's polarizing in the sense that, there is a sense of sort of like inauthenticity with Drake too. Because he's always kind of jumping on people's flows. He's kind of always, he's very hip to like what's new. And clearly he likes to capitalize on it. We've seen him do it time and time again. And, we heard it back when, he's doing that weird like Jamaican shit, which he still kind of does. Then he kind of got into the grime shit. And then like, now it's the new, that new flow everybody's doing now. The pop smoke flow, as I like to call it.
You know what I appreciate about all that shit?
What's that?
That a lot of other artists don't do that, but he does it to kind of push the whole thing forward.
Right.
Like with Drake, and it, I can definitely see the whole argument with it being inauthentic. Right, Like we know this nigga's background. We know he was elected, right? We know all that. We know he was wheelchair Jimmy.
Mom, where's my fish?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
where's my tuna sandwich?
Like, Mom, where's my fish? We know he's that dude, right? But what I do applaud Drake with is, even though he does all the accents and all that shit. To a degree, he still has remained himself. Like he's very there's a very Drake. Like he's done it to the point. Like he's done all this to where, like, honestly, if anyone else were to do this, we'd write him off complete trash, right? But he's opened the door. Like he's kind of opened the door to doing shit like this to where, who knows, maybe in the future other niggas is gonna do the same thing. Like,
yeah,
I think he's that way when he makes his music too. He's already influenced a lot of niggas with their music, a lot of artists with their music,
big time.
And I get his whole thing where he's trying to pay homage with the whole, grime or whole Caribbean thing. And the thing is, it's a big thing out there in Toronto with the whole Caribbean sound, right? The
For sure.
Accent and all that. But all in all, I think there is good intent. But hey, perception is reality too, and a lot of people feel like the nigga is straight wave riding, which you're entitled to your opinion. I get it, but I don't necessarily call it.
I wouldn't be mad
biting.
at it. Yeah, like I mean, no, it's definitely biting, but in my book, that's biting. But I'm not mad at it. Is what I'm saying. Like it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, bro. Like. Yeah. Like,
personally speaking, like,
yeah,
people might not have really liked that Views album. I liked it. I loved it. It was great.
I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite. I want y'all to come at me, man. Come at me with the smoke. When I say this, that is my personal favorite Drake album. I don't care.
Take Care?
Over Take Care? Yes. It's my favorite
Over
one.
Nothing Was the Same?
That used to be my favorite one. But
This
think,
one
honestly,
lapped
it did. Like, I run that album more than all his other albums.
Dang, okay.
Crazy, right?
Whew.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know you're giving me that look. Fam, I run Views more than all his other albums. Like, I feel like there's a good balance on Views, and then like there's a whole thing where it has the whole thing. Like, if you've heard Lupe's 2015, I think it was 2015 or 2014, one of those 2 years, Testio and Youth, when he made that album, it had the whole
15,
seasonal aesthetic. Yeah, the whole 4-season aesthetic, like kind of thrown into the album, just like throughout the sequencing, right?
Yeah.
He did a very similar thing on his album, but it was definitely more on the side of, you even see like these little, at the very beginning, the little sound bites, a little chilly in here, like just the whole, he kind of sets the whole foundation of what you're really going to be getting into in terms of the feel, right? Like, I can just ride around and bump Views all winter. Like, it's such a wintertime album to me. You know what I'm saying?
And it has that like the wind sound and that whole like ambiance, right? It kind of sets you up.
The ambiance, setting the tone, like it did that early on. Like, I appreciated that. But then you have certain songs like One Dance and Controller and stuff like that you can hear that in the summertime. Sure, you can argue that, but it's just, I love the aesthetic of the album. Like, and plus just the time when it came out, which is, for me personally, it was like the perfect soundtrack. So Views is my favorite Drake album.
That's fair. Look, I mean, not to knock, like, yeah, like, you know, it is kind of a hot take, but I you know what I mean? I respect that because it was a good album. I'm not gonna, you know, just sit here and like shit on it, because it definitely, I enjoyed it too. And I mean, I may not replay it as much as you, but you know, it's still a good vibe. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these artists put out projects that are kind of very one and done for me. So the fact that it has that much replayability, even after 4 or 5 years, has it been that long?
Yeah,
it's dope. You know what I mean? It
came out 2016.
So yeah, like 4 years. You know what I mean? That's not too bad.
Summer 16.
There you go.
Like, it was that whole
aged
vibe.
very well.
So, like,
let's say that it aged very well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it aged very well. Like, it was shitted on when it first came out, but over time,
you grow to appreciate
really well.
it. Yeah, 100%. Like,
yeah.
I mean, and this new album, like, don't get me wrong, like, I do like some of the tracks on there, like that Demons, you know, that War track.
That Demons is hard.
Yeah, Desires, even, like, some of these slap pretty hard. Like, I you know, when they're driving around and shit, they actually go. But you know, it's his way, it's his delivery, I guess, maybe. Especially with that particular
Chicago
flow.
freestyles, like, bruh.
Chicago
freestyles like that. Even though we all saw the video before the album came out and all that, bro, it, like, within the context of the album, because it's still after the song that was in the video, right?
Yeah.
But the song even before that song, right? Like, he started off strong. You know what I mean? Like, Deep Pockets, he started off strong.
Yeah.
He was spitting in Deep Pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah. You know, even that Cardi joint, you might laugh, but like that 1993, what is it? Pain 1993? Yeah. Now that shit, like, I know, like, that Cardi's, that weird baby flow that he does is kind of jarring or whatever, but bro, I don't know, man. I like it.
Who listens to Cardi for lyrics?
No, you don't. But you know what I mean? It's that weird baby sound. You know what I mean? That it does.
Yeah.
But there's something about it. It just, like, kind of keeps pulling you back. You're like, damn, this is kind of hard, man. I fuck with this.
bro. Let me tell you, like the bar from Deep Pockets. This nigga said something like, "Scraps over territory they know we must keep. Get home in white Air Forces, get brushed clean. Back when my mama would interrupt sleep to tell me hurry up because the bus leaves." That's me, bro. Like back in the day, that's me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he spit certain bars where we know where he is now. We know he's just, you know, one of the biggest.
He lives in that mansion and shit
right now.
Yeah,
all of that. But he spit certain bars where it kind of hit me like, damn, like that was me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he
every now and then, man, he goes in his bag every now and then.
Yeah,
like,
he'll open up in his bars, bro. Like that's what I appreciate about Drake. The nigga, like puts his whole life out there, and that's why he will always be like known to be like one of the best. Like I just think he's one of the best. The only thing with Drake is that we all talk about, oh, we question the pen and the whole thing is the ghostwriting, but he's taking his L's, bro. Like with Pusha T, we ain't got to go back into that. But all in all, man,
hey, and he owned up to it. It's not like, you know, it's
he owned
not like
up to it.
You know, you hear it in this album for sure. He's like kind of owning up to that shit, and then even the shit with the kid and all that, like, you know,
yeah, bro, like he
kind of coming around now, like, you know, he growing up.
Yeah, niggas gotta stop putting these big expectations on these notable figures, bro. Like they human like you and I, man. And the reason why people respect Drake the way that they do is that Drake is being Drake.
Right.
Oh, that's just Drake.
Right.
Drake being
that's
like,
just Drake
always
doing his
gonna
thing,
be himself.
Oh, he being corny? Yeah, that's Drake.
Yeah, like come on, bro. He definitely can be corny. Come on, man. But all in all, man, the music has stood the test of time. We still talking about his shit. How many years later? Like, come on, bro.
I mean, if we talking about this decade, bro, like, if you don't put Drake in that list,
if you don't put Drake in that list, then I don't.
You lying, bro? You lying?
Like you lying to yourself. I feel like you lying to yourself. You lying to yourself. Like you got to put him in there.
100%.
You got to put Kendrick in there. You got to put Cole in there. You got to put. Now, let me ask you: you putting Future in there?
I mean, my opinion of Future isn't the best, so no, I wouldn't. But yeah, sure. Well, why not?
For the past decade, would you put him in there? For the past decade, I would put him in there.
Oh yeah. If I'm being serious, like yeah.
No, like I'm not talking about like all time like MC. I'm talking about like
past 10 years. Yeah,
I'm bringing the conversation down to like this past decade.
Yeah,
if we were talking about this past decade, I put him in there.
Yeah, I put him in there. I put I might even put Migos in there in terms of impact.
Okay, yeah, for the past decade. Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In my Randy Savage voice. Oh yeah. Like I definitely would put Migos in there.
Put Thug in there. Travis for sure. Kanye for sure. Cudi, that's a lot.
Kanye for sure. Cudi. For this past decade. I think
For this past decade.
Yeah.
I mean, like the first Man on the Moon came out like what, 2009?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you still got Man on the Moon 2, you still got Indica, you got, Wizard, which was underappreciated.
Wizard.
Passion Pain Demon Slayer.
Kissy Ghost.
Ooh, Kissy Ghost.
Kissy Ghost.
Oh my God.
Bro, you know what was really underappreciated? That Passion Pain and Demon Slayer. I feel like that was the most under-promoted album ever.
It's a sad reality that not enough people appreciate that album for what it is.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we're talking about layers, bro. Layers. It's a long album too, and I love that. Like typically I don't.
Oh man.
I'm very against that, but this one I was just like, I'm so glad we got this many tracks out of Cudi after all this time.
Yo, was Cudi the first artist that we did for our appreciation segment?
Yeah, that's right. Rightfully
man,
so.
Y'all,
we might have to do a repeat.
Y'all made it. Oh man, look, girls, fellas, if y'all haven't heard the first episode of the King's Table we go on this real in-depth, you know, analysis of Cudi's career and discography. So if anything, man, check that out. It's towards the very end of the podcast. Of course, listen to the podcast if you can, but if you really want to hear, if you're a Cudi fan like we are, I think you should definitely check that out. Hopefully it's something you get out of it. And man, we really want to be able to interact with you guys in the future. So if you were able to listen to it, please hit us up. You know, let's have that conversation, man. So anyway,
absolutely.
Bro, in terms of music now, like I think the thing that's happening for a lot of artists, even though there have been some pretty big names that have put out music despite all this bullshit going on, right, with the coronavirus and whatnot, but
yeah,
there's still like a couple album delays that are pretty notable that are currently happening, which they're not saying that it's delayed, but we haven't really heard too much news about it. Big Sean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've been waiting for this Detroit 2 album. Like, I knew the album that he was going to put out next would be a Detroit 2 before he announced it. Like, I just had the feeling.
Same.
Like, I saw, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Sometimes you just got to take it back.
Yeah,
take it back to, like, you know, the old days.
Yeah. Yeah, the old days, bro. That whole came out, Detroit 1 came out in 2012, and it was a very, very interesting time in my life. So, like, I like the albums that really just define, like, a moment in time for me, right? So,
yeah. That was an era, man.
Too, like,
that was an era.
Such an era. That was such an era.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
We will. But, man, what are your thoughts on the whole album delays during the time, bro?
Man, I mean, it definitely sucks. Like, I mean, we're still seeing some people put out albums. Like, we saw The Weeknd, you know, Future just dropped, Drake dropped, right?
Dropped.
Gunna, you know,
yeah.
Nav. We don't gotta talk about that.
Yeah,
you know, we're still. My point is, people are still dropping albums, and it's cool. But like what people may not understand is, like, you know, it is still a big risk that you're dropping an album during this time, just because you can't go out and promote it like in the traditional sense. You can't go on TV, you can't go on like fucking late night shows and do a little performance. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and the main thing is you can't tour. Like, touring
for Kehlani in there too. I gotta throw Kehlani in there, bro. She put out a really good album.
Did she?
It was good. Yeah, it was good until it wasn't. That's actually a really good album. Oh yeah, it's a vibe.
Shout out Kehlani, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to her for sure.
Man, I mean, it sucks, you know, like, because you hear the album and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to see him live. Like, this is gonna be such a dope ass concert, you know, there's gonna be a sick set list, but can't do any of that. So, you know, I don't blame some artists for, you know, kind of delaying it. Namely guys like Big Sean. Like, look, I mean, no offense to him, you know, he's just not on the same level as a Weeknd or Drake, because they're so famous and in the pop realm, right? They're very, very popular for a reason. And
I feel like Big Sean can arguably get in there. Like,
I think he's just a little shy, a little bit.
He's a little shy. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not on the same level in terms of that. You know, like with Drake and The Weeknd, they're out of there, right? But Big Sean still occupies a good mainstream space to where, like, the most other shit, like, you know, I feel like the real mainstream America and super casual listener might know him through that, and then that one other song he had, I Don't Fuck With You. Like, I can just see a whole bunch of dumbass, like, Snapchat from back then or videos from back then where people were like lip syncing to that song. I don't fuck with you. Like I can see you. Like I can see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
that bounce song. You remember that?
Oh, dude, is it bounce? Oh, Is it
dance?
All of that, bro.
Dance.
Yeah.
They renamed it to dance because it was too vulgar.
Dance, not bounce.
My fault.
Dance. Nigga said bounce.
I'm gonna hold that one, bro. It's going right in my pocket. Yeah, straight up, bro. No, that and then that Move song too. That one for a minute there. That last album, I got the moves. You got the money move.
Oh yeah.
She make a back move.
Oh yeah.
She make a move.
Remember the album before that? Way up, I'm so blessed.
Hey man, that was actually my favorite Sean album. You're talking shit, but that shit was like his best album.
Talked about
to date.
That's another thing, man. Y'all need to tap in with us on social, man. We'll follow you back too.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like we we went real in depth with Sean as well. That was the artist that we talked about last time. So that was one of the artists that we talked about in our artist appreciation. But yeah, shout out Sean, bro. I feel like he just needs that one album. Like his best album, the consensus, right? I'm not gonna go off of my personal beliefs. The consensus say that Dark Sky Paradise is his best album, best work to date. Okay. But it's not, I feel like it's not the one that we know he made. Like, he made it then, but we know that he's a caliber of a rapper where we want more than that. Like, we know you got a 2014 Forest Hills in you. We know that you got a To Pimp a Butterfly or something. Like, we know you got like a cultural classic.
Yeah, like it's the difference between an A and an A plus, right?
Yes,
it's
like,
really,
and we all want him to get there.
Yeah, like it's he's there, right, bro. On the cusp. He's right there, bro. But I'm thinking, like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like that Detroit 2, I felt like was gonna be it. I felt like that, like, hopefully if it's still is dropping this year, if it's not delayed too much, I think it could be it, bro.
I still got faith in him. I got faith in him, bro.
I think that could be it, though.
Time on this. He's spending so much time on this, bro.
What's it been, 2 years? Right?
It's been like 3.
Damn, bro.
Since his album?
Yeah.
Because he put out the whole the Metro Boomin shit. I don't count that. That's like kind of like. Oh
yeah, that Double or Nothing. I liked it. Yeah, that's not. I agree.
I liked it too. But
that's more of a Metro album.
Yeah, low key. Like it's more. It's like, it's just one of those. Something to put out. I think he kind of went off the idea. He probably heard in like an interview or some shit. Like, why don't y'all put together a project, man? And because y'all have such chemistry. You know how they try to put the emphasis in these interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and let me guess, Sean was probably like, this guy.
Like, put your fist down, bro. Like, it's not that serious, my guy. Just chemistry. It's like, are you okay? No, I'm not.
No.
Oh, Street Fighter face ass.
Oh shit, bro! Like Street Fighter looking at it, bro.
Don't put your weak ass fist down.
Oh,
don't hurt yourself, my boy. But nah, like either way, man. That's I guess that's some people's frustration with Sean because we know he can go there.
He's definitely capable. Yeah.
Right, and honestly, he's actually an inspiration for me personally. Like this, he's an underdog, bro. Like, I want to see him get to that next level. He's already in a tier that a lot of people aspire to be one day, right?
Man, we talked about it.
He can do so much more.
Yeah, and we talked about it. His catalog is actually pretty solid. Like, despite a couple shortcomings here and there, but everyone goes through it. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have some hits, you're gonna have some misses, but still, you know what I mean? This shit was, I was fucking with the heavy. Like, that last album too. Even though like I know you like it, and and you know it did get a little corny at times, but that's what comes with the territory. You know what I mean? It's like Drake. You know what you're getting into
to a degree. I would agree, and then we talked about that last time to a degree, and I definitely see where you would say it can definitely be corny at moments, but I just still respect the intent and what he was trying to do with it, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I know that you feel some type of way about the voice acting on the old man part. Spent my entire time not doing what I wanted to do. Wait, what did he say? He said,
oh fuck.
like what did he say? Like he did say some corny shit in there, but
that's what I'm saying. It was like,
oh my God,
I spent all these years.
And all these years thinking about her.
Oh God. Okay.
I can't keep living like this, man. He literally said some shit like that, right? And then you get hit by a car.
Some shit, bro. Oh my God.
And then all of a sudden, man, it feels like I've just been living this life. Like it feels like like it feels like I had a second chance at life or something. You know, like it just feels like I have a second chance of life now.
Bro, the ad libs on that album, those little skits and shit. Oh my fucking God, bro. I get it. I get the concept. You know what I mean? It's a cool, it's a smart concept. I understand what you're trying to do, bro. But oh my God, like, you know, it's approaching like Tekashi level of cringe for me. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, look, man. Hey, shout out to Sean, bro. But sometimes you just, man, you know, bro. You know you corny sometimes. Don't fuck with me.
Hey, son. You know you corny sometimes, man. You know you be fucking up. Put that corny shit to the side, son.
Hey,
fuck out of here, man.
But bro.
Nah, man. No, that's some real shit, man. I love Big Sean, man. That's my boy.
Yeah, no, and it sucks. It really sucks that these albums getting delayed, you know. But you know, I really wonder like when it's gonna drop now, because you can't wait too long. Like that's another thing. Like you can't just like wait 3 months, 6 months, and just still be like it's okay. People might forget. People might be like, oh, all that work you did for promotion or whatever you had going on, like, because he announced it. He announced the album and announced the title and shit, and then, you know, but at the same time, look, these days we get surprise albums from like, you know, like Jay-Z or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, out of the blue. So I mean, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell like how this shit's gonna pan out.
I think and that's another thing too, man. Would you want to hear a Jay-Z album during these times?
You know, it's kind of funny you even mentioned that, because like I find myself kind of going back to, oddly enough, you remember the Magna Carta Holy Grail era?
Yeah, bro, come on, man. I think that's like, an underappreciated era.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like now that I look back, I was like, we kind of shitted on it because the way it was marketed, and you know, this dude had I sold 1 million before I even dropped the album. I'm like, man, shut up. You cheated the game, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Niggas was hating, bro. Niggas was hating. Niggas was really hating, bro.
I mean, but I go back and I listen to that shit and I'm like, God damn, this was actually a pretty fucking sick album that was underappreciated. Bro, that
album was fire.
It was hated on for no fucking reason, bro. It did. It really did.
Pretty goddamn well, bro. Like, you know, that album, and I get the whole thing, like the whole campaign that kind of came with it. Who was the company? Who was the phone company that associated with
Samsung, bro.
It was Samsung. Okay.
Samsung.
So I think people feel some type of way about, you know, yeah, like he basically sold 1 million in the first week because of the whole deal he had with Samsung. Yeah, that's true, but he finessed the system. When you think about it, he's one of the earlier artists who really finessed.
It's not though. Like it's not even a finesse. It's not even like trying to game the system, because you know the band U2 does this with Apple all the time.
Oh, bro, let's not talk about that. Woo.
Dog, they put the album on everybody's phone. They didn't even want that shit.
No, and that's the thing. They didn't even do it to that extent.
Yeah, this was still optional.
No, like,
you know what I mean? You had to buy in. What you did
was
unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. Unforgivable. Like,
that's a throwback.
It wasn't to that degree. Yeah, it wasn't to that degree, but look, Jay-Z is an extraordinarily great businessman.
He's not a businessman. He's a businessman.
And that's where I get my head forward to face there. But bro, Jay-Z does not disappoint when it comes to like the musicality of his album. For the most part, they're always good. But you know, I'm sorry, bro, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, not at all, bro. Actually, to add to that, if you haven't seen the making of type video that or whatever he did for this album, go and watch that. Like it's somewhere on YouTube. I'm sure you can find this, right? Just the way he reacts to like when he hears like a sick ass beat, kind of like back in the day with like everyone's seen that video, right? With him and Timbaland, fucking he played him he played him that dirty ass beat, bro. That fucking Dirt Off Your Shoulder beat, and his face just goes so ugly, bro. Just because he knew, he was like, oh, this is some shit.
Hey, Loki, that's the face I made when I heard that Summer Love beat.
Yes, y'all missed that too. Episode 1. Oh man, go listen to that shit.
Should have had that on. Then we should have had zoomed in. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, damn, that's crazy, man. Like, on my first album, the very last song, we were on the live. Like, we were not live. We was on the podcast when we heard that. Oh man. Woo.
Shout out DJ DVE, man, for cooking that shit up.
Shout out DJ DVE. That boy Dixon, man. Chef DVE. Y'all can follow that boy too on Instagram, DJ DVE. But
yes, sir.
Anyway, yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I think we all remember that Jay-Z face that was made when Timbaland played that Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
Legendary, bro. Legendary moment in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, to answer your question, no, actually, I really wouldn't care to listen to a Jay-Z album right now. I mean, his catalog is good enough. I can go back and listen to it anytime, and I'd be happy. I'm not you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I need that new Jay-Z. What's new Jay-Z, bro?
No, man, I'm cool. And it's so weird for me because I'm such a big like Jay-Z. Like, I'm so inspired by that nigga, but
right.
You know what I mean? But honestly, I feel like the way he put out 444, if he ended his musical run, like his whole album run with 444, I would be okay. I'd be satisfied, man. I feel like he needs to just dive more. Like, I feel like he's always going to be an artist, which I really appreciate about him too. Like, he's opened the door for older cats to like continue to pursue their music, right?
Right.
He's literally the Jordan of this shit. But the thing is with Jay, I feel like he's now like continued to just bypass certain obstacles that have been put against him. He's become the president of a big record label, so now like he's the president of like a huge, one of the biggest like, you know, like production companies and Rock Nation and Live Nation. Now like now let me ask you, can you see him going into politics? Can you see him doing that?
I can, but I don't see I really don't see the point for him to do that. Like,
yeah, he's like in his space he should be occupying.
Yeah, like I get it. I get why you would make that association. But I just don't think, you know, the politics game is really, I don't know. I wouldn't care for it. That's all I'm saying.
Like, he doesn't need to do that. He's already impactful enough without being the president.
Yeah. And I think at this point, we've gotten enough of a bad taste in our mouth with entertainers trying to become politicians that I'm cool if we never have another entertainer be a politician again.
I agree.
I think,
like,
yeah.
This motherfucker who's in office right now is already, like, I feel like he's fucked it up for those who would want to dive into politics one day or aspire to be in those positions. I feel like he's really fucked it up for them. Not to say that, you know, a future entertainer couldn't do, you know, a better job in that Oval Office, but I just think this is such a bad taste that's been left in our mouths, and it's just like, right now we just need someone who has the experience already within those kind of spaces. He just needs to, you know, take the reins and kind of bring this country back to
center,
you know, just back into order. Yeah. Right now it just feels very discombobulated. I feel like everything is all over the place. Like, it's such a fucking mess. It's like a toddler knocking over a bunch of blocks right now. This country, like, that's how the states are the blocks, and the toddler's fucking Donald Trump, and he just knocks over everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a shit show right now. It's like a giant reality show. But
yeah. I mean, it's a fucking disgrace, is what it is. But look, man, we're a hip hop show. We're not a politics show, so
we are not a politics show. I completely agree, man. I completely agree. Let's get out of this space. But speaking of hip hop, man, so if anything, bro, what are we really even listening to nowadays? Like, I feel like we've already kind of talked about, for the most part, what we're into.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of covered our bases, right? I mean,
I feel like we have.
I haven't listened to that Gun album yet. I have no desire to listen to Nav, but
how you feel about the cover art, that Gun album? Bro, what is it? I'm keeping it. What is it with his cover art? Like, what is it with album covers for Gunner?
I feel like he needs better. I don't know who would deal with that. Management? I don't know. Who the fuck would deal with that? He needs better friends.
But he has to sign off on it.
If his friends let him put that shit on the cover, bro, not even this one, the last one. That trip we're down to, for that shit still makes me laugh. I was like, who thought this was a good idea? Who fucking thought this is a good album cover? My God. Bro. I mean, like, I could have made that shit when, like, I made that type of shit in Photoshop when I was in 7th grade, bro. That shit was ass. Okay.
Hey, fellas, ladies, in case you don't know what we're talking about this right here.
Yeah.
We're talking about this album cover right there, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. No, hey, pull
bro,
up
looks
the
like
new
he's
one.
Like trapped in my phone.
Pull up the new.
Why does homeboy look like he trapped in my phone, bro?
Yo. With an umbrella. You know what I mean? Fucking.
This nigga is stuck in my phone right now, bro.
The fuck, bro? Help! Somebody send some help.
I've fallen and I can't get up. It's like he's literally swimming in my phone, fam.
Yo, somebody get him life alert, bro.
All right.
No, the new one is equally trash in my opinion, if not. Well, yeah, I'll say it's a slightly better. You know, we'll give him a little bit of credit.
Being extremely nice, bro. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm being nice over here. Like, I'm over here giving him like half a point. Fucking.
This is the new one.
Yikes.
Like.
Yeah.
I want to slap the nigga who does the cover art for.
I want to slap his graphic designer, bro. I want to slap his.
Oh my goodness!
Whoever the fuck made this album.
And then nigga's like, yeah, bro, that's hard.
Man, he needs better friends. Damn. I feel like he really needs better friends. Like, friends don't let friends do that type shit, bro. Like, when you came up with Shot the Mirage album cover, you was like, yo, here it is. What you think? And like, you ask people, right? Like, yo, what do you think about this? Here's the cover. What you think?
Right.
And like, based on that feedback, you know what I mean? That kind of weighs on your judgment.
Yeah.
Gunna must have asked like 4 people, at least 4 people in his gang. 4
close friends.
Yeah.
4 close friends, right?
And they all lied to his face. They all lied to his face.
Like, I don't ask yes men. I don't ask yes people. Like, I ask people who are already extremely critical of any of my shit that I respect. I respect their criticism. Yeah, man. I just feel like when I see a half-ass album cover, like, and you know what's funny, bro? Like, that's a pretty good topic. Like, in terms of album covers for albums, right? Like, certain covers, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, right? Like, you shouldn't judge the album sometimes by its cover, but I think most of the time the consumer does that. Like, I'll tell you right out the gate, an example of where I expected fire just based off the cover, and I got it, was Anderson .Paak's Malibu album, right? Like, let me, for people who don't know that album cover, I'm going to show y'all real quick. And that's the dope thing about having the Zoom shit.
Yo, for real. I mean, this is still kind of ghetto. We're putting the phone up to the camera.
It is ghetto, but fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me show y'all. So, this right here.
Yes. That's classic. Oh my god.
Such a classic. Like, seeing this instantly, I'm like, bro, this album is going to be fire. I've only heard Anderson .Paak on the Compton album that Dre put out in 2016. And I listened to this album and I was blown away. Like, the music sounded just like how the cover looks. Like, it was such a great album.
It actually made so much sense, right?
It did. But I'm really trying to think of like an album cover where like the album cover was shit, was complete shit and cheeks, but the album was actually like top tier.
Man, okay, I got to think about that.
Like, you know what? I'll bring up a recent one, the Gambino album.
Okay,
think about that.
Album cover wise, like, okay. Like, if you actually went to, which one. I'm sure nobody did, but I did because I'm a, fan. But when he was about to drop that album, he did like a live stream type shit on his website.
Yeah.
Like 24 hours prior, right? And on that, you could see the full album cover of what he wanted it to be. And that shit was awesome. Like, it was like this whole kind of like collage type, like graffiti, like mural type shit. You know what I mean? And I thought that was gonna be the cover, like front to back, you know what I mean? Like, that was gonna be like the wraparound cover. It turned out to be nothing. It was fucking just a white, blank album cover, and I was like, this guy. You can never expect, never expect anything from Gambino, bro.
Expect the unexpected from Gambino, right?
For sure, yeah.
But I think I got a good example of someone who did that, and the album was actually like really fire. Pusha T. My Name Is My Name.
Yes. Oh yeah. I wasn't a big fan. That was a horrible album cover.
No, trash album cover. But like, it is literally a barcode.
The album slapped though. I 100% agree.
Fucking slap. Like, bro. And a name like My Name Is My Name, like, I'm thinking.
Yeah, even that was kind of
Yeah.
Whatever.
But that album was complete fire. It was fire.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, he raps over beats that are so unconventional, but he just bodies. Like, he's like the perfect example of a rapper who chooses like, and the beats are not bad, but they're just very like they're not normal. Like they're yes, and
unorthodox.
but he knows unorthodox, right? I don't want to say abstract. Like abstract to me is more like MF Doom.
Abstract was like Gambino album. That was abstract. Like that's the one word I would use.
Yeah, abstract is like a Mad Lib album, like Freddie Gibbs type shit, right? Like,
very unique. Yeah.
But like with Pusha T, he chooses. I feel like he chooses the beats that niggas throw away, and he just murders them. He chooses throwaway beats and he murders them.
I think, but you think about that, right? Like, put that into perspective. Like, as a rapper, as an MC, like that's showing your skill, right? That's really showing your talent. That you could take a throwaway beat and turn that shit into gold.
Bro,
like
he
talk about a finesse.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I can rap over this beat too. I'm gonna be that nigga. Yeah, I can go over those beats too, nigga.
Yeah.
But that's why he's one of my favorite rappers. That nigga can rap over every beat.
Yeah, I agree.
He slaughtered every beat.
Yeah,
you know,
and like all the weird beats you hear, like he might just do it for fun. You don't even know.
Yeah, bro. Like numbers on the board, like
ooh.
And that beat, I didn't know what to think of it when I first heard the beat. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Who's on their phone, bro?
It's like a monkey made the beat. It's like a monkey literally grabbed a wrench and was like,
straight up,
popped some pans and was like, you know what I'm saying? But like,
here you go, monkey, do your thing,
bro. And there are so many producers on that beat. I'm like, on this beat, bro. Don Cannon was on it. Kanye was on it.
That's right.
I'm like, huh?
Man,
look it up, bro.
I mean, Kanye usually like gets involved in terms of like just like putting the finishing touches on it type shit. So
yeah, like
I understand that credit, but did he make that beat?
Kanye?
Yeah, did he actually like make that beat? I think he did. Oh my god, what am I saying? Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Producer credit. What if it was like a 13-year-old or some shit?
No way. No way.
I know. hey, don't doubt the kids now. Kids nowadays is producing.
Who's that like, that one producer, bro? His name is actually like, what is it? 16-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever.
Who?
That's his name.
What?
15-year-old or some shit.
No.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
That's his producer name. Like, I forget like notable tracks. I'll have to like look it up one day. But
bro, kind of like whatchamacallit? Whatchamacallit? Okay, so on the Untitled Unmastered album, right? I think it was the joint with Levitate.
Oh yeah.
Untitled 7. That beat was made by I think it was Fabulous. This is Fabulous or Swiss Beats. One of the two. I think it was Swiss Beats' son. It was Swiss Beats' son that made that beat, and that kid was
really?
Like 8 or 9 or some shit. Yeah.
Dang.
You know, of course, his dad probably helped him or something, but
I mean, you have to have some sort of pedigree, right? But did not know his son was a producer. That's a news to me.
Oh, by the way, so Numbers on the Boards was produced by Don Cannon, Kanye, and 88 Keys.
Oh, okay.
We're still wondering about that.
Right.
Yeah. So
16-year-old, that's what it was. Confirmed. I'm looking at it right now.
16-year-old. You're off by one number, sir.
I was off by one number.
Yeah,
Nah,
he's looking at.
he's produced for like Ski Mask and like Designer and shit. He's kind of new, so that's why you probably like haven't heard too many notable tracks yet. But I mean, he puts on some like he puts together some good tracks here and there.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, as far as like new music concerned, man, I mean, not really much out there these days, unfortunately. Speaking of shit album covers,
unfortunately, I heard the tone in there, bro. You were so disappointed.
Yeah, I really am, man.
Yeah.
What a time, you know. Yo, speaking, what do you think of that Future album?
Speaking of that,
I was about to say, what a time to be alive. Like that's what came up.
I heard part 2 was supposed to be coming out, but that must have just been a rumor.
For sure.
Because I mean, notably on that Future album, "Life Is Good" it was on there twice. Remixing the original.
Unnecessary.
Bro, I like it, man. It's a dope Future album. It's definitely. I feel like everything that kind of led up to it, like all the drama surrounding his baby mama, it was all calculated to an extent. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all that shit, all the headlines that were surrounding it was all calculated. But either way, it's Toxic Future. It's kind of like what you want out of a Future album.
That's fair.
It's definitely, you're supposed to feel guiltless listening to Future, even though it's filled with guilt. Like it's full of just, there's nothing morally acceptable in that Future album. It's such a toxic album, but it's like, if you want to get in the savage mode real quick, you put on that Future album, it turns Simpson to men.
And that's one thing I guess I appreciate about Future. He's just so unabashedly like himself, which I can't really be mad at that. Like, he's just being himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's not the most appealing.
He's okay with being. Yeah, he's okay with. He embraces the term "piece of shit" to the highest power on the album.
Dang,
like,
bro.
No, like he does, bro. Like, but I say that jokingly, but like it's just all of that. Like, he just embraces the whole thing of being a toxic ass nigga, man. That's all it is, man. So he's one of the toxic kings. He's one of the toxic kings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's pretty much what it is with Future.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I enjoyed the album. Like, hey man, it bumps in the whip.
It does, okay.
It bumps in the car, bro. Like, it does. So
fair.
Yeah.
I always have like this outlook where a Future album's good, like only if like it has a couple good tracks on it. Like, I don't really look for a whole lot out of a Future album. So if it has like a couple solid joints, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, it's a good album. For Future standards. Yeah. Like, it's alright if it has a couple good tracks. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I don't really expect a whole lot. So, yeah. But that's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Like I said, Future.
Yeah. You kind of know when you see an album title, "High Off Life," and then you see the album cover. Like, he look like he's like orchestrating chaos.
100%, like High Off Life. Like, it just
in the album cover, like, homie knows that Toxic King. You know what I'm saying? That's the most like fuck y'all type.
100%, bro. Like, I get the vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you understand the vibe with the Future album, but overall, man, it bangs, bro. It definitely gives you what you want in a Future album. he served the base well.
Yeah. There you go. Like, you know, his fans probably were definitely loving it. So,
oh, they're eating it up, bro. Yeah,
all the messy motherfuckers, bro, man. All these fucking toxic motherfuckers.
Toxic motherfuckers, man. Definitely, it's a nice little soundtrack to your codeine sipping, your lean sipping and all that shit. You know.
Yeah.
We don't understand that.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, but
every now and then.
Either way, man. Every now and then, a little bit of lean is okay.
Oh,
hey, you do that, man. Whatever it is that gets you right, man. You do what you do, but I'm not gonna judge you, but that ain't my thing. Anyway, bro, in terms of anything else, you want to listen to the Nav album, bro?
Man, I know
you got something to say.
Look, when Uzi put out a double album, right? Like, he put out one album and he was like, I'm gonna do it twice as my deluxe version, right? I was like, okay, kind of cool, unique. It was two separate albums, so, kinda, right? He still lumped it together with the first one. Well, I don't know what Nav was thinking, bro. It baffles me that he had that much music just sitting there. And
oh, you're surprised?
I mean, yeah, like, how can you have that much music and none of it's good? Not even one. Not even one. You get what I'm saying? Like, you were sitting on 40 tracks and not one of them was good.
Oh shit!
Jesus.
You don't like the Turk song, bro?
I mean, it just sounded okay. My thing with Nav, bro. If we're really getting into it, look, I'm rubbing my hands together, but we really getting into it.
Oh, look, man.
Every song just sounds
palms are ready. Palms are sweaty.
Look,
about to go in.
Look, I'm not saying every song has to be like, solid, right? By any artist, right? Everyone misses. Jordan missed. You know what I mean? Jordan has shit games too. But look, if you're gonna like, his music is so weird to me. It sounds like one long song. You know what I mean? It just sounds like a continuation of like the same song, and he's been playing it for the past 5 years. I've heard this song. I've heard it for the past 5 years. It hasn't changed. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, every now and then you might come out with something slightly different, but then you just right back on, the same thing. There's no progression whatsoever. It's very boring. And look, I get that there's like a crowd for it. There's like some, sometimes you might be in the mood for it, but outside of his first project, I've just never really enjoyed it. For some reason, I'm just like, I can't get myself to like it. It sounds very lazy. It just sounds boring. You know what I mean? It puts me to sleep. Like, that's about as like nicely as I could put it. I mean, I could probably go further, but even that probably wasn't nice. But look, just being real. I'm just being honest.
Stop being nice, bro. Just keep it a bed. The people deserve the truth.
Yes.
People deserve the truth.
There you go.
Man, Nav just sounds like Nav's voice just keeps sounding like the computer wife on SpongeBob whenever she's talking to Plankton. Like, if she decided to make songs, it would be a Nav album. Nav sounds like my iOS. It sounds like Siri whenever I'm trying to play some shit on my car or something. Like, he makes a whole album just full of like Siri cadences. Like, we know what team he's on when it comes to phones. We got to stick to the own team, man.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
Nav.
And look, I really don't mean to shit on my fellow brown boy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for that. We don't have enough representation in this game. You know what I mean? But
I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, That's why I'm kind of like, bro, where's Deshaun at, nigga?
Yo,
like,
look,
where's he
look,
at?
man. He was popular. He was popular. He was popping way before he even came to like the States. You know what I mean?
Money.
He was over there in the UK doing his thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, where is Jay Sean, bro?
And look, he was for a long time. That was the only representation we had. And even he wasn't that great. You know what I mean? He was more so that singy type of guy. So no one would like bars, right?
I just think Nav. I just think Nav is a poser, bro.
Damn, bro.
I think with Nav, he just comes off as a poser. But I might get flack for that. But I give a fuck. Like, I think just something about Nav, bro. The whole thing with Nav. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just not. I don't believe the image that he's trying to portray.
That's fair.
You know, I just don't believe it. But musically, I'd probably give him flag, but I probably shouldn't. Probably should stop right now.
Look, I mean, look, I get it. It's hard. It's not easy making music and like, you know, having your own sound, right? And like I really do hate the fact that I'm shitting on my own gang. You know what I mean? Like that's my brown boy, right? Gang. But look, I mean, we have plenty of talented people who haven't really had a shot like he has, and whatever he's done with it, it's just lackluster. It's just not that good. You know, I really wish there was more progression. I really wish there was more to it. And unfortunately, what you see is what you get with Nav. It's very basic, right? You'll get the same song that you've been hearing for the past 5 years, maybe 2 minutes long, maybe if he's feeling in a good mood, maybe 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. If it's a feature, maybe a little longer, but like, I don't see the appeal.
I don't see the appeal either. Like, you know, shout out to the homies, man. They try to put me onto this shit. I don't see the appeal at all, man. Like, he just comes off as so awkward to me, bro. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, and it's okay to be awkward, but like, there's just some inauthenticity that I feel with homie, man. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, put the jewels on and all that, bro. And just none of it seems real to me. And
like, oddly enough, like you remember that
very dry, very safe,
very dry. Thank you. That's a very good word. Very dry.
Very dry. Very dry, bro. Very dry.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
but he has a good ear for beats. I'll give him credit for that. Ear for beats.
Yeah. I'll give him that. Like, musically, like sonically, you know, I would agree with that. No, I was just gonna say, like, on Astro World, right? The Yosemite track. I know he got
turn the vocals down.
For, you know, like, down, like he wasn't trying to wake up his moms or whatever, like in the fucking basement, just, you know, real quiet, you know. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. See, I would be tripping if I didn't say, like, that part actually worked in the song. Like, actually having his voice in the song kind of worked. See, that's the thing. Does he produce the beats himself, or does he, you know, I've on other people's beats, or I think
a little of both. From what I've seen, it's a little of both. It's a mix of both, yeah.
I think he needs to be able, and maybe he's doing it right. This is where I don't want to sound too ignorant, because for people who are Nav fans, please put me on. Like, please convince me otherwise, because I don't want to just completely just sound like I'm bashing this nigga, right? I mean, I said what I said.
You should own up to it. You should be like me, bro. Fuck him. Don't succumb to peer
like
pressure.
I don't even know this nigga, but the thing is, like, I just feel like please help me understand, what is it about Nav that y'all really mess with? Is it the beats? Is it really like what he be saying, like the vibe, or what is it? Like, please hit me up. Please let me know, bro. Like, I'm not here to shit on any other artists or anything like that, but I am here to keep it a band with y'all, and I'm not gonna try to be super diplomatic or anything like that. Like, if I straight up don't like, if I don't like the musical output, I'm just gonna be straight up about it. Like, I ain't really.
I mean, look, you like what you like. You know what I mean? And I understand. Yeah. Like, you know, shout out Chelsea, bro. Like, she always tells me, like, she really likes Nav, and mainly just because it's, like,
why does she like Nav?
It's a vibe thing, like you said, right?
Yeah,
it really is just a vibe. Like, it's just some music you just put on, and not really like, you just passively listen to it just because it sounds good, which is weird because he's a rapper. Like, he's supposed to have like substance, and he's supposed to have like shit to say, but you don't really get it.
Yeah, like he's like an unapologetic opportunist in this game in terms of like what he chooses to like. It's super generic. It's super safe. Right. It's super like, I'm just gonna rap and kind of fit in what's popping right now, the soundscapes that are popping right now. Like, nothing he does, like, there's no ounce of creativity.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not creative. It's just very uninspired. It's just very drab, and like you said, it's dry.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's very dry.
Like he found his lane and he's sticking to it. You know what I mean? He's not trying to deviate whatsoever from just that lane of like, okay, I make like feel good music, and that's really it. You know?
I feel you. Man, I don't know, man. Like, uninspired, dry. Like, there's no, very flatline.
Right.
Super flatline music. Like, I don't feel like there's any real appeal to his music. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all entitled to, you know, what we like. And he's just one of those artists where I feel like, you know, I don't get anything from what he puts out, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. You know, like, there's a lot of other artists that I mess with that could within the same kind of lane, the same kind of space that he occupies. Like, who would you put him, like, who is his peer group? Who would you say?
Peer group? Gunna. Frequent collaborator.
Yeah, Gunna. Yeah, Gunna's one. Would you say Travis or no? I think he came after Travis.
He definitely came after Travis, but I mean, as far as like beats and stuff go, you could definitely pair him up with Metro.
Okay.
I mean, production wise, like, that's very much a sound like that Metro sound. But look, I mean, Metro even he's kind of expanding out of his like normal sound. Like, a lot of the new Metro shit is very different, but I like it. That's dope. Like
21. Yeah. Like the whole 2016, 2017, like, it didn't. He's sort of like just that, oddly enough, like one of the like poster childs of like mumble rap. Because he does mumble a lot. You think so?
Yeah.
Nev?
Yeah.
And it's so funny because you look at this nigga and you're like, bro, this right? You? Oh, that's how I feel, man. Like,
oh my god.
Oh man, I said laugh. Nav.
Wow.
Not laugh.
Oh man, I think I think we've given them more time than necessary.
And that's the thing. We're doing you a favor, bro. I'm doing you a favor with this shit.
Yeah,
giving you all this time.
If you ever hear
honestly,
this, man, look,
y'all haven't heard Nav.
I'm rooting for you.
Maybe
I'm rooting for you
too.
Like, I really hope, like, you know, if you ever hear this, Nav, listen, I'm rooting for you, man. I really hope you become better than what you are. Like, you can do better than this. That's from the heart.
It's from the heart.
That's from the heart.
You know, my heart's not here. It's right here.
Well, it might be flipped for you. It might be flipped. It might be flipped on your side.
Fail.
Oh, fuck.
We've given Nav enough time.
Yeah.
On that note, man, so who should listeners check out?
It's an up and coming artist.
Check out Nav, guys.
It's an up and coming artist, y'all. He just dropped a double album.
Western Brown Boy 2.
Oh god. Nah,
stream that Brown Boy 2.
No, like on a serious note, I haven't really heard anybody new that like has like piqued my interest. Really,
come on, you got at least one person, bro. You got at least one person.
I can't think of one. No, like oddly enough, like I said, it's a drought right now for like. I mean, apart from like the big heavy hitters that we already have, like Drake and stuff, but like, yeah, there's not really much of the little guy, you know.
Okay, well, I got you then. Let me go ahead and put you on real quick. Couple people. One of them, first and foremost, one of the homies, man, Deontay Hitchcock. He came out with an album called Better. For those who don't know, Deontay Hitchcock, he was on the Dreamville album, the second to last song, I believe, PTSD. He was one of the niggas that was rapping on that, along with Omen and Mariba is the singer. But he just came out with his album last week, I believe, called Better. Check out that shit. The songs that I'm fucking with on that album, for sure. Y'all need to check out How to Fuck, which was a single that he came out with. I Got Money Now with JID. Kills that shit. And to be honest with you guys, I'm still finishing it myself. But all in all, very dope album so far, man. So yeah, so far so good, man. Like, big ups to that boy. He's doing his thing. And then the second nigga I would suggest y'all to check out, man, is I've been listening, man. Shout out my boy Low, man. Shout out that boy Loyan, man, for putting me on this artist, Kyle Dion. Very dope album that this guy came out with. He's an R&B singer. The album is called Sugar. You know what I'm saying? Very dope album. I don't skip any songs. It rides out all the way through. The songs I would suggest people listen to would be Cherry Blossom. Like, that song is like, it's exactly how it sounds. Very vibrant, very, very, what's the word? Very colorful track. And then also, Answer Yourself is Fire. On Fire is fire. And I would say the only other song, No Strings, is a very great song too. So those two artists in particular are who I've been listening to lately on my end.
That's dope, man. Definitely check them out. Repeat the names again one more time.
So Deontay, we got Deontay Hitchcock,
right?
And Kyle Dion. That's Dion, the last name. I'm sure y'all can spell Kyle. You know what I'm saying? So, had to hit him with the Ross. Y'all can spell Kyle. Y'all can spell Kyle. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little Ross accent there. Y'all can spell Kyle. Sound like Tyler, low key.
Yeah, that was more like Tyler. That was really Ross.
That was more Tyler than Ross. Kyle. Talking about Kyle. Yeah, he's a very dope artist.
Y'all should check him out. He's really
y'all check
new.
him out. I'll fucking kill you.
That's the old Tyler.
Voice.
That's the old Tyler.
That's old Tyler. That's the old me.
That'd be threatening, you know.
Nowadays, I got glitter and shit.
I like to wear wigs and shit.
Everything.
Yeah, I hang out with
shit.
Hang out with Rocky.
I'm black, but I look like Ellen DeGeneres. You know what I'm saying? Got the blonde on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oh,
Goblin. That was my first album. You sound like why Tyler be sounding like unforgivable, like
a little bit.
Voice just like
the energy is very similar to Unforgivable.
Energy.
It's just like bitch.
Now I'm an artist. Now I'm an artist. I call everyone bitch. That's my favorite word.
Give me a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries.
Waffle fries. Some waffle fries.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Yeah, that's about time.
Man.
I think
I could go on with new artists, but that's all I'm gonna say, bro. What have you been watching, bro? Like just awesome shit. Have you been watching any new shows?
Yeah, bro. Obviously, that Michael Jordan, The Last Dance.
Oh, how could we not talk about The Last Dance?
Wonderful, fantastic. That was a
documentary.
Oh yes. Yeah, it was. I mean, you know, everyone kind of knows about the whole story with the, you know, the whole like Bulls era and like the double three-peat and all that. But like, this was like very cool to see like the kind of like behind the curtain type shit. You know, fucking Mike as petty as ever. Fuck, I loved it. Oh yeah, I fucking loved it, bro.
For sure. Yeah, no, like watching that documentary just makes you, that kind of just reaffirms your whole GOAT conversation when it comes to the NBA. Like, right. I always felt like he was the GOAT. You know, this documentary just solidifies that more and more. Like, he's the GOAT. He's what other, outside of the sports, people aspired to have that kind of mentality, right? He inspired the whole Kobe Mamba mentality, RIP. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, he's definitely the GOAT. Man, on some shit, I've actually been watching a lot of anime lately, bro. A lot of anime lately.
What's up,
like I finished JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, he told me about that.
I love that show, man. And then what else? I finished Demon Slayer, and I finished.
I still haven't caught up on that. It's been a while.
Oh, fire! Oh, One Punch Man. I finished that shit too.
Nice. What'd you think? Season 2?
Show, bro.
You like season 2?
Season 2, it was good. It's not better than season 1, but like I like Goro. Goro is a clown.
Yeah, like Garo.
Garo. Yeah, Garo. Like, I don't want to spoil it for y'all who haven't seen it, but all in all, bro, it's dope. I think people gave season 2 too much shit. Like, it's not that bad.
It's not. It's really not. I think
not.
It's the old like age old thing where like the first one was so good that the second one just couldn't, you know, it wasn't bad, it just didn't meet the mark, which fine.
I like the tournament arc.
Me too. I thought actually that whole like just him like not being the hero that type shit, you know, he was just like I just want to see what this whole karate shit's about.
Oh, bro, the number one hero?
Yeah.
He's basically Hercule, bro.
Yeah, he really is, bro.
Basically Hercule. He's basically Hercule from Dragon Ball Z, bro.
They clowned his ass, bro. Oh, my God. That was a straight rip. I loved it. I loved it.
The first episode. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys, man. Like, definitely
watch it,
out.
man.
And I'm watching One Piece again, bro. Like, I thought I would never get on that. But it's too many episodes. But I'm gonna try. And like go through the filler list and see if I can get through it, because
it's a ton.
So many goddamn episodes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You watch that shit?
Nah, I had to give up on it, to be honest with you. Like, same with Bleach.
It's too much,
like,
right?
Yeah, man. It just that and Bleach for me were
I was gonna watch, but
yeah. Like, I really like shows that these days are like, they're just very to the point, and like I understand like the fillers they're always going to be there a little bit, but you know, after getting through like Naruto, it's like, all right, You know what I mean? I know where my capacity is for like fillers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They took that shit to a
Absolutely.
whole nother level, man.
I feel that.
Have you caught up on My Hero?
I have.
Yeah.
I'm already up to speed on the whole season 4.
Okay.
Bro,
So,
just the end of that, I got so much more respect for it.
no,
What's his
time
name?
out. I'm too behind.
Oh,
Chill. Don't spoil it.
okay. All right. My bad, bro. Wait, so you haven't? Have you? So you're not even
I
on season 4 yet?
no. I'm like 2 episodes behind from like um
Oh, from finishing it. Okay. All
from
right.
finishing. Yeah. Unless what were you talking about?
Um.
Are you talking about the raid?
Hold off on. Just you gotta watch it. Just finish the episodes and then we'll talk about that.
Okay. Because if it's the raid part, I'm definitely past that. Like I'm like where they go up into that fucking.
Have you already made it past Gentle Criminal?
Sakai. Huh?
Have you made it past the Gentle Criminal part?
That's where I'm at right now.
Gentle Criminal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I'm at right now.
All right. So you've already like the whole part with what's his face Overhaul. Like you've already made
Overhaul,
it past that.
Yep, the Hisakai and all that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
That was a great arc. I actually enjoyed that. That was actually very interesting.
Great arc.
That Kirishima, bro.
Damn,
what the fuck? They made that motherfucker OP as shit, bro. Didn't expect that.
They definitely gave him the upgrade.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I didn't expect Overhaul to get, work that quick. Like I expected it to kind of draw out some more. Draw out a little longer. But I'm glad it went the way it did.
Right.
He was already a compelling villain. But the way that whole arc ended, and then the petty thing that happened at the end with what's his name, Shigaraki?
Yeah, Shigaraki or whatever.
Yeah.
I like to call him Facepalm.
Facepalm. He should be called. Yeah, I know, right?
He really is,
called
bro.
that, but he's so petty, bro. He's so petty.
For real. He did him dirty,
You're
man.
not gonna be able to use your quirk ever again.
He did him dirty, bro. Oh my god.
He's so petty, bro. He was so petty.
It's like Drake level petty. I mean, we're still a hip hop show.
Like, he didn't even kill him. Like he
I had to take it back.
Nah, he like that move was so petty on his end. Like it was like easy pickings at the end. Like the fool just he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna do this to you."
You gonna want to kill yourself?
You don't want to kill yourself now.
That's what he did, bro.
Overhaul deserved it, bro. Like he did though. He deserved that. He deserved everything that was coming to him. He sure did. But anyway.
Yeah. Enough nerding out. Back to real hip hop.
Yeah, we kind of nerded out on y'all real quick. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
I think we made it. Hey, you saw a little piece of our nerd kind of come out there, but either way, if y'all made it this far, I applaud y'all. This is probably one of the longest podcasts we've done
in a while.
But it's been a while. You know what I mean? But look, this is what happens when quarantine comes into play. You know? You can't see people in person.
Fuck out of here, bro. Y'all ain't got better shit to do, bro. Come on now.
I know, man. That's why
what you gonna do anyway.
At the end of the day, just play this in the background, or you can watch us. Whatever you want to do, just
you got that option now. You know what I'm saying?
We in this quarantine with y'all, so you're experiencing just a real conversation between us, because it's like, bro, can't really see each other when we do this podcast shit. So it's a lot that we're catching up on anyway. So we just wanted to keep it real authentic for y'all, and
that's right.
I think we accomplished that today without even trying. We just did what we did. But anyway, y'all, it's that time. We got to get out of here. Saga, you got any final words for the people?
No, man, just stay home, stay safe. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Likewise, man. Y'all stay home, stay safe. Please don't take this whole Corona stuff lightly, man. On a serious note, I've already seen and heard enough about people passing away during this time. Personally, like I've gotten to the point where I'm just sick and tired of it. And I think a big elephant in the room when I mentioned that. I mean, today is currently the 27th. 2 days ago, we lost another one of our own to police brutality. We don't want to get political here, but I just feel like it just needs to stop. Absolutely needs to stop. But anyway, RIP to y'all know who I'm talking about, man. But we don't want to end it on a serious note like that. But that's what it is, man. Just please, y'all stay home, be safe out here. And if y'all haven't, man, follow us on Instagram, Eddie DTX and Sagar Patel 14. Real soon, man. We really want to get you guys on the podcast. We want to be able to interact with you guys soon.
Shit, you never know, man. This whole Zoom shit just kind of opened up a ton of possibilities. So we might do a Zoom party type shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking.
You know what?
Fuck around with that. You know what I'm saying?
I like that idea. Well, we're going to talk about this. That's something that we're going to have to come together and talk about, man. But
we'll workshop it. Bro, we'll figure something out, bro. For real.
Oh, you know what? We definitely will. Why not? Y'all, it's been real. We're going to go ahead and end it off, though. Please, y'all stay safe. Until next time, man, this has been the King's Table Podcast, episode 666 in the books. In the books, man. We ain't stopping. We not going to let this virus win.
Sir.
And y'all don't let this win either. And y'all do what y'all do, man. Much love to y'all. Please be safe. Until next time. Deuce.